Hi, I'm Lawson Tyrone with the GOO Group. Today, we're outside La Fortune Student Center to see how much Notre Dame students know about Christopher Columbus and Aboriginal alterity.
This is a signature of a famous sport. Could you have any idea who it might be?
Christopher Columbus?
You're right.
You're right.
You got it.
Really?
Fantastic.
Cool.
You got it.
I have no idea.
No idea at all?
No idea.
Just looks like some very weird calligraphy, in my opinion. That's it.
It looks like Sam Expo. I have no idea. Expo. Burns.
Alright.
No.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of weird.
I think of like medieval, kind of like vampiric stuff. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Okay.
It is a satanic ritual of some sort.
What do you think? I don't know. No, we don't know.
We don't know.
Weird. So it's actually the signature of Cristobal Colon. Do you know Cristobal Colon?
No.
Okay.
Do you have any idea who Cristobal Colon is?
You gotta educate me on that. Who was that?
Could you tell me who Cristobal Colon was?
No idea who Cristobal Colon was.
You know who that is?
No. You sure it's not Christopher Columbus with dyslexia?
Do you know who Cristobal Colon is?
Christopher Columbus?
You're right.
His name's Cristobal Colon. Do you guys know who that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, no.
Okay, it's Christopher Columbus. That's just his Italian.
You're a
name.
history major. Wow. Ouch. Okay.
Do y'all know who Cristobal Colon is?
No. Christopher
Is that
Columbus.
not-
Christopher Columbus. Okay, yes. So, do you know anything about Cristobal Colon?
Is that like his evil twin brother that's like trying to take over the world? I don't know. I never heard of him.
Right. What do you know about Christopher Columbus?
He discovered the New World, landed in like the Caribbean, if I believe correctly, and killed a lot of people.
Oh. Do you know anything about Christopher Columbus?
I do, yeah.
What are some of the things you know about him?
Well, he did come over. He didn't really land in America. You know, he landed in the West Indies, I guess you can say, and considered it India. That's why it's that's pretty much all I know about it. And honestly, my American history's pretty hazy.
He was from Portuguese, no?
Italy.
Yeah,
Close.
Italy.
Most people say he's from Spain because they funded him, but actually he was from Italy.
He discovered like America, like the New World and stuff like that. So that's all I remember learning about Christopher Columbus.
He supposedly found America in 1642, I think.
Do you know anything about his treatment of the natives once he got here?
Not very good.
Not very good. Okay, that's true.
Do you have any thoughts on how his interactions with the Native Americans kind of?
Well, we mainly studied back in high school the mistreatment and the major plagues and how disease and wiping out everybody.
It's like, what are your thoughts on like what his legacy should be because of like what he did?
Well, it's hard to say that we should celebrate him because of all that, and I don't even know if it's proven that he discovered.
Okay.
I don't know.
So like no holiday? You think we should like ixnay
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus Day?
Yeah.
What about the fact that like the Knights of Columbus use him as their role model? Like they named
They
after
do?
him. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah. They should probably find a new.
Relook into that?
Yeah.
So do y'all know anything about his treatment of the natives or Indians when he got here? Really bad. Do you know if he was nice to the natives when he showed up, or?
I thought he was nice, but he could have been evil. You never know. It all depends how you take your take on his perspective.
He was not a good guy to the natives.
Not a good guy.
You know, he was really brave to go looking for more land. He wasn't the best to the Native Americans. It's kind of cruel.
It was definitely a monumental discovery and settlement of the New World, but he didn't necessarily do it in the best way.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Christopher Columbus and him coming to the New World and his interactions with the Native Americans?
That's a difficult question. I don't know. I think it's very.
idealized
Mm-hmm.
because I'm from Guatemala, so most of those communities were treated horribly, and there was a huge loss of a huge downfall in the population because of the introduction of new diseases and how they treated the indigenous population at the time.
Do you know anything about how he treated the natives? If he was nice to them, or he did anything bad, or?
I mean, you hear different stories. So I mean, you hear obviously what they put in the textbook, and then you decide if you're a history major or not. Then you read other books, and then some books will say different. But I think you have to look at it from the natives' point of view, and I think a lot of history books need to start doing that. I think a lot of history books have the problem of being more elitist in the way they portray history. So yeah, I've heard both sides.
Do you know anything about a man named Cabeza de Vaca?
No, I do not.
So you don't know anything about Cabeza de Vaca?
No.
Do you know someone named Cabeza de Vaca? Another explorer?
Not by that name. No.
Have you heard of Alvar Nunez Cabeza de Vaca?
No.
Yeah, he's really obscure. I never heard of him before this class either.
Are you from Texas?
I am from Texas.
Have you heard of a person called Cabeza de Vaca?
Yeah, the guy, was that the guy that was trying to? That's not the guy who was going for the Fountain of Youth, right? Or is that?
No, that's Ponce de Leon.
Leon, okay. I thought that was the guy then. So I know of the name. I know of the name, but I thought that was the guy who was looking for the Fountain of Youth.
Did you learn about Cabeza de Vaca like in Texas schools?
In Texas history, I did, but that was in 7th grade back in middle school. So my Texas history is even a bit hazy at the moment.
Have you guys ever heard of Alvar Nunez Cabeza de Vaca? Yes.
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
I'm not sure if I'm right.
Just go for it.
But did he like write against the mistreatment of?
Do you know anything about Cabeza de Vaca?
I don't think so.
Okay, do y'all know who Cabeza de Vaca is? Cabeza de Vaca, do you know what he did?
A little bit, not really.
Okay.
Head of cow.
It is head of cow in Spanish, yes.
Have you ever been to Australia?
Yes, I have.
Now, do you know what the native tribes of Australia are called?
New Zealand, they're Maori. I don't know what the Australians are called now.
Do you know what the native people of Australia are called?
No.
What is the native tribes of Australia called?
Oh shoot. I know there was that the Maori, right?
The Maori?
Or are you talking? No, I mean like when. Are you talking about the Aborigines? Aboriginals?
Aboriginals.
Do you know what the tribesmen in Australia are called?
No.
So they're called Aboriginals, and this is like a sampling of their music, and I want you to try to tell me what you think this is. Okay, do you have any guesses what that might mean?
I don't know, it's very repetitious and it sounds very, very simple compared to music now.
So actually the Aboriginal tribes in Australia believe that the earth was created from their ancestors walking and singing the earth into creation. And so this is part of like a sacred song line, which is a sacred song around like a certain tract of land that like how the ancestors sang and the land became that. So that's like awesome. So like what are your thoughts on that compared to like our religion or how we think the world was created like scientifically? Like
it's very different, I guess. But it's very similar to how ancient religions might have seen the creation of the world. So I don't see how I don't see it as beneath us because.
Do you know what the song lines are?
The song lines?
Yes, the song lines.
No.
So,
Take a guess.
The lines of a song? I don't know. What?
it's decently close. So, in Australia, there are Aboriginal tribes, and they believe that their ancestors came forth from the ground when the sun rose and sang the world into existence. And the paths along which they sang are called song lines. And so, the native tribes, they know the song lines and they sing them and travel along them as like a way to both connect with their ancestors, learn the land, know the land, and all sorts of things. So what do you think about that?
It sounds very interesting.
Do you think that is true?
That they sang the world like into. No, I do not believe that's true.
So I'm just going to play for you one of their songs, and I'd like you to tell me what you think about it. Okay, so pause this. What do you think about that?
It sounded very traditional.
Do you know what it's for or what its purpose is?
That particular song?
Or just songs like that?
Oh, I would say just probably to celebrate their culture.
Their culture. Yeah, this is actually a song that is referred to as song line, and in Aboriginal tribes believe that as they walk, they sing and they actually create the world around them.
Okay.
So these songs actually create reality. How do you compare that to what we believe about creation?
Well, I believe that God created everything, so I don't necessarily believe that just by through song that creation came about.